Welcome everyone back to PlayFrame and Elden Ring and the Weeping Peninsula, which is I think really where we belong right now. At least in terms of difficulty and whatnot. I'm glad we're here and not the other places, is what I mean. So, my plan for today, since we've kind of covered a lot of here, not very thoroughly, but a lot of this eastern side of the Weeping Peninsula, my general plan for today is to start working my way a bit more westward and seeing more of it. And even before that, probably checking a little bit more of this now that I'm not getting shot at by an arrow nearly so much. There's a couple of spots around here that I want to poke my head into, but generally, we're going to make our way westward. Before that, though, we're going to do a thing before I forget, because I will forget, because I've already forgotten, like, so many times already. Here we go. Oh, that's right, I only have one. I forgot that I didn't forget. Whatever. Welcome back. Also, another thing I've done is I altered my starting armor. I removed the cape thing, which makes it slightly worse, but also way slightly less, and is, more importantly, it just looks a little bit different. And variety is nice, isn't it? Anyway, here we are. So, from here, I think I did kind of already look at this stuff over here, kind of on the higher level, but just in case, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything cool. So I'll start looking in that direction first, I think. Okay, that's not how I meant to get here. Torrent, I'm blaming you for that one. Not that it's actually Torrent's fault or anything, but even so. Okay. Got that. I guess that'd probably be the safest way to traverse, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is better. There's a fire over here. Did we see this before? I don't remember if we did. Hello, hello? Hey. Hey, where'd the poison come from? Yeah, okay, I guess, yeah, first things first, you're right. Boy, starting the recording session off a little shabby, it seems like. That's alright, I'll get it back. For real though, where's the poison coming from? Is that a flower? Oh, there are some of those flowers, just sort of like actually buried down in the ground, not wandering around this time. Interesting, okay. Okay, you can chill with that now. Fine. Stop it. Annoying. You're all annoying. I'm poisoned now. There's nothing more you can do to harm me. Eh. Anyway, about that fire. And this building, is there anything to this? Excuse me. Guy. Okay. Okay. You just sit tight up there in the forest lookout tower. Hello? Any other jerks waiting here? I see ladders. Let's try up first. Yoo-hoo. Hello? Oh. Didn't even see you up here, were you? I'm surprised you weren't, like, taking shots at me at any point. Or if you were, maybe I just hadn't noticed. Thanks for not taking more shots at me, I guess. What do you got? A hand ballista. That seems cool. And some bolts. Alright, this I must find out about. Like, I can't really equip much more without getting into those heavy rolls everyone hates, but let's see what this is about, though. Ooh, very strength-based. That is kind of my jam. An unconventional ballistic device modeled on a weapon used to besiege castles, only capable of firing great bolts. Perfect for reckless acts, such as storming a castle or facing an entire army alone. Does seem pretty fun. If I get strength up a little higher, we might have to get that equipped sometimes. For funsies. Let's see if there's anything else interesting about this tower. Doesn't look like it. I don't think so. I think we might have seen all the tower has to offer. It is pretty small. Well, good. Glad I came back here. Where exactly? Okay, so there's the tower. We found a thing. Awesome. I'm going to now... You know what? I'm going to actually warp further down here because I feel like I did not give this little stretch here quite as much time and attention as it deserved. I feel like there's going to be like at least one more little thing hidden around here. So let's give it a quick ride around and see if we find one more little thing. Suppose there's more towers here. Could always see if they've got anything going on. Towers? Anything? Yep. Well, maybe. Or maybe this is just how we get further westward. Well, one of two ways it kind of looks like. Well, as long as we're up here. Oh, no way, we can come back here in a second. As soon as I go wandering up there, I'll find new things, I'll get distracted, and I'll never come back down here. I know how these distractions work. Ooh, did we find this before outside the castle before we went in? I feel like we must have, but maybe not. Visions of Champion. The Siege of Castle Morn. A lone hero fights for his vengeance, only to fall at the hand of Lord Godfrey. Maybe we did read that one. That does seem a little bit familiar. I'm not finding a whole lot else out here, honestly. I'm gonna check in a few more little nooks and crannies just in case, but we might be heading westward in a little bit here. One thing that interests me slightly, or intrigues me a bit anyway, is that we have a grace line leading further south, or we've had one leading further south, pointing in this direction. We did not find a boss inside the castle proper. We did find one further back here, but it feels like the grace lines are leading more toward like important proper story bosses like demigods and those who have shards of the Elden Ring, which this boss was not, which either leads me to think, A, there's more to this map south of here that we're not being shown yet, even though this does kind of look like a border here, or there's going to be something more going on here than is immediately evident. It was a set piece of a location. I'll give it that. Like, it looked very important as a place, but I didn't know what to do with it yet. So maybe there's more. I don't know. But yeah, for the time being, I'll check the swampy area one more time and then start heading this way because this all just looks so inviting. Ooh. Hadn't seen angry jellyfish before. Hello. And what are y'all hovering around out here? Are these corpses? Enemies? It looks pretty corpsey, honestly. Jellyfish? We cool? I feel like we're not going to be cool. What do you think? No? This seems hostile. Fine. Fine. Whoa. No, thank you. I prefer to have that stuff getting spat at my enemies. Thank you very much. Interesting. So we've got some corpses who are in chairs out here. Somber smithing stone and Arteria leaf. That's a new kind of thing and a pretty interesting place to get one. What is this? Dark red leaves with thick swollen veins. Material used for crafting items, exceedingly rare to find. A faint pulse can be felt in the veins. Stirs the blood, providing an enlivening effect. Huh. Still so much about this world I don't know yet. And that thought is exciting. That's honestly most of the fun of FromSoft games for me, just the feeling of slowly beginning to understand how each setting works a little better. Torrent, you know that's not what I was trying to do, buddy. That one I am literally blaming on you. Okay, not finding much else so far around the areas I've been previously, so let's try going through that hole in the wall and see what lies a little further west. Well, northwest. Hang on. Just gotta remember my path of ascent, and here we go. Now, nothing up here on the wall itself. No, okay. Let's see what we got. And we're around here-ish now, so this all looks interesting. Cave of some sort down there. More ruins up here, too. And eventually we need to get back to this path to get further up this way, though this little pool here also looks interesting. I might kind of double back a little bit to see that as well, but one thing at a time. Ooh, hello. I've got a shack here. Around here-ish. Hello? Got a corpse here. Yellow ember. Okay. That's a status effect I've not seen. Hey, rats, what's up? Hey, rats. What's going on with you? Little weird things. What's going on with y'all rats? Golden rune, okay. Is there like a gold corrupting? Yellow ember. Is there like a gold corrupting kind of status effect? That'd be interesting. What else is around this building? There's got to be more clues as to what the heck that was about. Gotta be. Maybe not. Or at least nearby. Oh, hello. New item. Eye of Yellow. Eye of Yellow? Maybe I should read these things. This is interesting and a little worrying. So a yellow ember taken from the eye socket of a corpse. A sign that the deceased suffered from the flame of frenzy. Oh, good. Frenzy's still around. Frenzy and bleeding? What? That seems redundant, unless one of them works differently than it used to. This grape has ripened and burst. The term grape makes it sound very similar to the Shabriri grape. Yellow oozing eye of the infirm. The surface is shriveled, inside squishy, not unlike a large, overly ripe grape. Give to the blind maiden to guide her to the distant light. Have we met the blind maiden? We've met one maiden named Irina, who's dead now, who's had bad eyesight from birth. Melina has one eye closed and tattooed over. And so does Rena, I think? It's been a while since we saw Rena. I'm trying to remember if there's any others. May not have met anybody else matching that description yet, but what's this other weird thing we picked up? The Eye of Yellow spelled weirdly and probably pronounced differently. Oh, there you are. I just scanned past it. A shrub fruit bursting with ripened pulp, material used for crafting items, grown in lands afflicted by frenzy, used for its pain-relieving properties, though it's also known to be a dangerous intoxicant. Not liking the sound of all this. Alright, so we should be coming up on some ruins pretty soon here. Heading northward. Oh, hello. You've got that status effect going on. Try north and then hidden path ahead, you say. Ooh. Is this the hidden path? It is. It is. It is. Cool. And there's more down there. Ugh. There's a lot more down there. Let's see about the ruins first. Thanks for the notice, though. I'll come back here. Ruins. Yep. Enemy. Okay, let's see here. This is ominous. I don't like the look of it. Ailing Village. So... see some villagers who probably aren't going to be super nice. A lot of them. What is going on with these characters here? Like, that's a really interesting, like, sort of tortured stance for them to be in and stay in. And it's not the first character we've seen like this. I feel like the ghost we got that eye from... if they were a ghost. Maybe they weren't a ghost. The character we got that Shiriri eye or whatever from was in this sort of pose. And it's a really interesting one. Well, they're definitely not going to be nice. Don't like the way that eye glowed a bit. Let's see what they do. Come on. Whoa! Cool. Not good, but cool. And you. Come on. Okay. Flame crest wooden shield. I feel like I heard a rat squeak a second ago. Yep. No. So this weird frenzy issue seems to be really running rampant in this particular area. I wonder if it's related to the like the creatures or the whatever they were that attacked Castle Morn. I still really can't entirely tell what they were. The what's his name? Edgar. Was that his name? Edward? I forget which. The person who ran, the commander of that castle, had said they were servants, or like Irina had said that they were servants who had sort of like rebelled. Which I assume means like either turned into those creatures, or they were those creatures already, and were just treated as servants there. Nope. No thank you. No thank you, no thank you. What about this, though? Ooh, this looks inhabited. The Kalu Baptismal Church. Home of the rat. The rats at least aren't shooting projectiles. Yet. Come on. Come do your rat thing. You missed! There we go. What else we got in here? Flame of Frenzy. Cool. Oh, it's a big rat. That's a larger rat. Get in that sneak attack, quick! Big rat. Oh boy. And Sacred Tear. Hey, nice. That's the thing that boosts the effectiveness of our flasks, right? I believe it is. Hooray! Got a rooftop over there. I'll look at that in a second. Darn, I love this game. There's so much of it. So much to explore. So we're here now. Baptismal Church, the village. There was a path that led further down there, which is, I think, how we can get to that cave. And maybe, actually, probably how we're going to get back onto the road here. Am I just seeing, like, the tops of the towers that I kind of passed through to get here? I guess it must be, yeah. Yep, it is. I just hadn't really seen that little roof there. This game's really gorgeous. I just really enjoy spending time in this world, even though it's all desolate and dangerous and hostile, and much of it very unsettling. It's all just neat. Okay, let's go find that path. Right around. Yes, yes. Here we go. Let's see what this is about. Can probably jump down there. Can also, ooh, cross a bridge to this, I guess. Is this the bridge? I assumed this was a path at ground level. Maybe not. No, I think that the map is showing the bridge. Okay. Hello? Oh boy. Hi. What are you? What are you? Yikes. Yikes, I says. Oh boy. New problems for me. So down here, where does this... Okay, we're on the path now. Yeah, this is the path. Great. Let's go see about that pool back here while we're down on this level. Hello. Oh. Looked at the wrong thing. But here we are. Doing good. So, here's the pool. Looks like mostly just dogs hanging out. Dogs and dragonflies. Yeah. Seems like a kind of jumping path over there, or a landing path if you're wanting to have a shortcut down. Dogs, do you mind? Okay. Getting in a little over my head here. Nah. Bad dogs. There we go. Gracious. Come on, Dragonfly. You want to fight or what? Make up your mind. Make up your mind. Dude. My guy. Okay, you don't want to fight. You just want to buzz and annoy. So this is where... Yeah, so here's the road that we took on our way in originally into this area. This is the path northward that I didn't really check out much of. There was the pool, where there was many dogs. And up this way... I think this is the tower I just checked out, actually. I think yeah, started the episode. Yep, because there's some of our planted poison. Came up here, came down that path, went over there, climbed up in the tower, got the handheld ballista. It's all coming together. Hello. Don't mind me. Now what's down here? Have I been down there? Have definitely not been down there, but I think that that's going to lead down to that cave I saw on the map. So let's check over there in a second. Let me just do a quick... Oh, ruins. Quick sweep over here. Hello. The demi-human forest ruins. Okay. This place is big. Hello? Is that what y'all are? Is this the name for you, just demi-humans? Works for me. Okay. Are you also a demi-human, just a bigger one? Or is demi-human sort of okay, that's bleed damage, that's not great. Is demi-human just sort of like a catch-all term? This may get a little out of hand. Look out. Come on. You first. You're the really threatening one. There we go. Okay. Start poking around here. This place is big. And I bet there's stairs downward toward a something. Oop. And there they are. Thanks, messages. What do we got? Hello? Oh, a chest! Fun. And... Shield of the Guilty. That sounds awesome. What is it? Like, how does it work? What does it do? A small shield. Okay. Shield made to venerate a maiden whose eyes were crushed by briars of sin before being reborn in these lands. Venerating the repose of the soul, this shield boosts focus. The briars can be used to attack foes. Maybe this would be like a really good one for, mage types, perhaps? If it boosts focus, I mean, right? Neat. Probably not great for me. What about this turtle shell? Like, this is... Its physical damage negation isn't 100, which... most of them aren't. Really, the heater shield, this beast crest heater shield, and the brass shield are the only three I found that I think have full 100 physical damage negation, which is something I really enjoy in a shield. But, shield fashioned from a great turtle shell. The natural curve helps it contend with foes' attacks. The turtle's a symbol of tirelessness, and this shield boosts stamina recovery speed. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Skill made famous by Sir Neidhart. Barricade shield. Focus your energy into the shield, temporarily hardening it to deflect greater blows. That's pretty cool. I love the skill variety and the Ashes of War system in general. It seems really cool. All right, let's see if there's anything else around here. Okay. You look big. But okay. You are big. Well, here we go. And you got buddies. You're not a boss, though. You're just big and scary. Whew, okay. The Demi-Human Queen's Staff. Cool. And Crystal Burst. Wow. This would be pretty great, I imagine, for, Alright, now y'all are cool. You can leave. I'm gonna have to check that staff. This seems like a good area for mage types to visit. A lot of the stuff I've been finding seems like it would be very helpful for the mage types. I think that's it for this area. Let's see about that staff, though. A glintstone staff styled as a scepter. A gift once given to the demi-humans to foster peace, it can be wielded even by those of low intelligence. Sneered at by fools of the Academy. Okay, so that leads me to think then that the Castlemorn uprising involved demi-humans who were already demi-humans, and thus that's why they were being treated as servants, and they did a takeover. And, honestly, good for them. Let's see. I think we're about good here. There were those poison plants that I feel like I should do something about, because maybe they're hiding something cool. I'll go find them. No, but first these. No poison, please. Thank you. What's this now? Faith Knot Crystal Tear. Huh. That looks important. Hey, it's another one of our, the special flask items. Temporarily boosts faith in mixed physics. That's awesome. Cool. I mean, not a super useful for one for me right now, but cool. I love having more of those options. I love this game. Hold on now. What's this? Lead on, Ghost. Ghost? There you are. Okay. Where are you off to? Where are we? Okay, we're up here. Okay. Okay. Something down here, huh? Looks like yes. Hey! A cave. Thanks, Ghost. You're great. Let's get our torch out. It's dark out here. The Earth Boar Cave. Alright. I'm game. And while we're here, let's go ahead and use that, what's it called? Sacred Tear, I want to say? Yes. Yay. Good. That's got us at, like, +2 now, right? Or maybe 3? What is it right now? No, not the... Nah. +2. Nice. Okay. So, let's check out the cave. I don't know why this just feels super suspicious. And that's why. Not good. Not good for me. Not good for me. Or these rats, it turns out. Bad for everyone. Okay. Fun trap rats. Oh, geez. Come on. How did y'all learn to make pitfall traps? Darn rats. Well, we're here now. And we've got some options in terms of direction. Well... Okay. Oh, well, there's that. Oh, and here we are. Great. Okay, found the way back. Now, this is fine, right? A pickled turtleneck. Huh. What? Temporarily boosts stamina recovery. Turtleneck meat pickled in a bitter medicinal solution. The nutrients churn through the body, practically boiling out endless power. Neat. And gross. I feel like that would taste gross. All right, let's see what else is in this cave. Okay, so this direction. More rats, more rats, more rats. Come on, rats. Out of the way, please. Thank you. Glowstone. Kukri. Hole ahead and then be wary of strong foe. Okay. Okay. So we got a boss down here. That's fine. Just gotta make sure we can... Ugh. I do have some of that cotton stuff I can use for softening falls. I don't know if it works this far, but, no time like the present to test such things. Soft cotton, here we go. Put that on the shoes, and... yeah, we're fine. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Whew. So... It's gonna be something huge in here. Oh no. Large bear. Oh boy. How sneaky can we be about this? I saw an item near the large bear. And other than warping, I don't know how we're getting out of here again. Rune bear. Well. Here goes. We can do it. Whew. Yeah. Ouchies. Okay, okay, okay. Watch it. Ow. Whew, boy. Hard to see, Rune Bear. Oh boy, it's hard finding openings too. Nope. Ah, I thought I was out of range. I'm gonna die. Help. Let me out. Let me out. Oh wow, still alive. Oof, just barely though. Ow! Bear! Do please be cool for a second? Yeah, boy. Whew, okay. Ah, didn't know you had that kind of turning radius on you, bear. Come on. Whew. Oh boy, you're strong and fast. Ow, bear. Nope. No bear hugs. Come on. Ow! Bear. Yep. Not good. Not what you want. Come over here to the light, please. A little easier to see. Almost gotcha. Oh boy, this shield is out of stamina right now. No bear hugs. Finish it, maybe? Oh boy. Oh boy. Bear. Hard finding openings on y'all. Spelldrake talisman, though. That's fun. Whew. Mean bear. Okay. What do we got down here? Smoldering butterfly and Trina's lily. Okay. And that talisman we got. What's that about? Boosts magical damage negation. The ancient dragons who ruled in the I think that's the same text as on all these. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Get me out of here. Mean bear. Okay, let's rest up real fast. There we go, and... Can't quite level yet. And that's fine. I feel like we've covered a lot of this now. There is a cave down here, though. That's where we need to head. And since folks have been wanting me to use this a bit more, let's place a beacon. It's like placing a marker, only you'll actually see it as, I guess, a beam of light in-world, which can sometimes make it a little easier to find specific locations that you're really specifically wanting to figure out how to get to. Come on, Torrent. It is also showing up on the mini-map, which is helpful. Okay, and here are the okay. Excuse me. What the heck? Just surprise demi-human attack, I guess. Hi. I feel like y'all probably do have proper, like, names for what you are. I'd love to learn those at some point. That's a lot of big flowers. Like, I fought one of y'all before, but, okay. It's 4 of them. At least. Might deal with that later. If ever. Whoop. Bats. Come on. Good sneak attack, though, Bats. I'll give you that. Come on. There we go. Yeah, okay. Here is the cave, though. Let's see what it's about. The Morn Tunnel. Sounds important. Whoop. I saw that. Hang on, let's ignite this, but then... I've got to remember also, I got to interact with these things. I can't just see them. I got to interact with them. Because I'm guessing that, like, if I wanted to between sessions, again, like, put down my summon sign to get summoned by other people to do fights, just to get some practice in and get some more runes and stuff, like, I need to have interacted with these for my sign to show up at them, I'm guessing, right? I assume? Maybe not, but I do assume. I saw something up here. You. Made it. What are you? Oh, well, that's one smithing stone, I guess. And there's my path down. Yep. I'm okay. I'm okay. All right. There we go. Let's not step into that. Have we found another mine? Looks like we have. Although, you are a demi-human, not a... Well, I guess the other little... Your face is a little... I guess it's the same face type as the others, but like... As the ones we saw in the castle, but... Yikes. Uncomfortable. Oof, big place. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, there are the miners in here too, though. Alright, alright. Well, let's walk carefully across this. Nope. No, thank you. Yep. And climb. I could use a firebomb, but instead, let's temporarily go heavy equip load here. And we can try out our other weapon just for this purpose, the Battle Hammer +3. Oh, it's very dark. Let's, we'll keep it out. And go for a backstab. With a hammer. Like you do. It's effective. Okay. Yeah, we are getting smithing stone 1s here. I am clearly meant to come here, maybe even before going into Castle Stormvale. I guess meant to in heavy air quotes. The entire purpose is that you can go anywhere you want to, but if you're just trying to follow the difficulty curve area by area, it seems like you'd want to come down here pretty much right after Limgrave stuff, before going to the castle. Those don't look like miners. I think I might want to have the sword for this one. Yep. I see ya. Come on. No problem. 2 more. Problem. Ooh, got that shield turned around just in time. Ooh, boy. Okay. I see you over here. Let's collect. And... Okay. Glad I have this hammer. More this way, but real quick. This first. There we go. Nope. And boom, there we go. All right. 2 path options. If I remember this layout of cave kind of template, last time I think this was a dead end. Maybe that's not always the case, but let's see. If it holds true this time. This is totally a trap. A chest and a shiny. There's one guy. Where's the rest? There's one more. Ooh, another in there too. Okay. Yeah, glad I saw y'all first. But there's more back here. Well, a goodie anyway. And you, hello. Now, what's inside? I am now interested. Hello, 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 hello. I do see you. Golden rune, a nice one, and... Exalted flesh. Okay. Doesn't seem quite important enough to merit a treasure chest for storage of that item to me, but to each their own. Oh, didn't see that. Thank you. All right. Last remaining path. What do we got? Whew, busy down here. Now, this is what I walked over before. Does that one have more wings than the others? I think it might. Yeah, I think that one might fly on me. I don't like that. Can I sneak up on you? I hope so. Thank goodness. Hello, other two. Nope. No to that. Oh, jeez. Stop it. I love that hitting him in midair sends him flying backward. That's satisfying. Oh, jeez. Almost snuck up on me. Any others? No? Great. Now I can collect, deal with the miners, and figure out which path we're taking here. Oh goodness, there's like... Oh no, wait, this is the one I came from. Okay. I was about to say, there's 3 paths out of here? Are you kidding me? I've got so many smithing materials. I'm excited about it. Okay. Oh, cotton. Okay. Sure. One path remains. Did I miss a thing? Oh, I did. We're gonna be running into a boss. Hey, there it is. Right on cue. What kind, though? Oh, there's another path option, too. Can I get, like, a preview here at all? Not really. Not really. That's fine. I'm sure, given it's not been that nasty a cave, difficulty-wise, I have some confidence we can take whatever it is. Any hints? Try summoning? Yeah. Weak foe ahead? We'll see. Oh. Scaly misbegotten. I expected worse. But, you know, I've not fought you yet. Okay, yeah, you're not so bad. So far. Lots of sweep attacks. I guess I should do more jumps. Except when you're not sweeping. Yeah. That works really well. Wish I could backstab you. Ah, I was a little early. All right. And I can stun you too, so... Whoa! Ha! Cool follow-up. Oh, jeez. Yeah. And you're done. All right. Not a problem. Not a problem. A rusted anchor. Cool. Sounds like a weapon. If I had to guess. Yes. A great axe, even. A rusty anchor wielded as a weapon. Each of its 4 flukes is thick and sharp, enabling piercing attacks. When the Tarnished left the lands between with their lord, one boat alone was said to have been left behind. Well, that's this cave done with, I think. Yeah. All right. Lots more low-level smithing stones. Gonna be real happy for that. It's gonna help me level up a few more weapon types for funsies. And with that, I think that'll about do it for today. We've kind of covered up through here now. Now it's, I think, time to ascend and see what's going on with Tree and whatever else is happening over here. Looks like we got another jail, maybe? A few ruins, some poison. Lots to look forward to. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for some of that, perhaps. Do take care, and I'll remember where the thing is. Yes, and goodbye.